and the inquiry is in London. Boris Johnson has given evidence. I'm sure he will again. Nicola Sturgeon, we know, was very disparaging about him this morning. But I thought he said something in one of his sessions that was really interesting, that he regretted the early decision in March 2020 to treat COVID as a health issue rather than under civil contingencies legislation, because that would have allowed the UK government to say, look, the devolved administrations aren't getting a say in this. We're running this as a civil, in the same way you might run the response to a disaster or, some terrible natural disaster. The UK government steps in and overrides all the devolved administrations. Instead, it was treated as a health emergency, and therefore the devolved administrations all got to put their own rules in place. I mean, maybe people will disagree with me and be throwing things at the screen, but I think if COVID had been run by the UK government, people in Scotland, people in Wales, people in Northern Ireland, across the UK would have actually come out of it rather better. And
I mean,
we wouldn't have had the distractions of cross-border rows about things.
The UK government made a complete arse of it.
Well, so did the Scottish government. But at least you've only got one government.
How would it have been better if the UK government had done it for all of us?
Well, because we wouldn't have had the constant cross-border sniping and these ugly scenes at the border when people were told don't come to Scotland. We would have just had one government making a mess instead of two.